Yo, what's happening, people? Biggest game of the season so far for Arsenal. This is your match preview for Liverpool versus Arsenal. So yes, Arsenal travel to Anfield to face Liverpool for the second time in consecutive seasons. We went there last season and we lost 3-1, I think it was. And going back there again on the third game of the season. Obviously, we're going in there. Good form. 2 wins in the league against Fulham and West Ham. Maybe sides you'd expect us to beat, especially West Ham at home. But, in the West Ham game, we didn't look like our flowing best, It was a bit of a patchy result, patchy performance, ended in a great result. The fact that we got a late goal from our substitute just shows that, we're going to need a full squad this season to perform. And then obviously we got a win in the Carabao Cup in the week against Leicester, which is great for morale. We had a couple of players that needed a bit of match fitness in there. Obviously, a lot of the second string reserve squad got some minutes as well. So, I think that's vital to have that going into this game against Liverpool, getting some players with match fitness and the fact that we actually now have to play Liverpool twice in the week because they also went through in their Carabao Cup game. I think they played Luton, was it? So now we go to Anfield again on Thursday to play Liverpool. So it's not going to be an easy week at all. But yeah, in terms of the Premier League game, we're coming into it on good form, but again, it's the champions, the Premier League champions, the former European champions. We know how great they are at home, and they've got one of the best home records in the league by far. People don't even get points off them, let alone beat them. I don't even remember the last time to beat them at Anfield a couple of years ago. I think you're probably looking at now. So it's gonna be a tough to get anything from there, and it will be interesting to see how Arteta approaches the game against Liverpool. But I'm gonna go for the team that I think Arteta should be or maybe will be playing against Liverpool. And I'll start in goal. Bernd Leno played during the week against Leicester and the opening 2 Premier League games. He is clearly our number 1 goalkeeper. I ain't got a problem with that. I know Martinez, people are getting a bit irate because he made a good penalty save against I think Sheffield United, and they got 3 points. He kept a clean sheet. That's good, man. I'm happy for him, and I want him to shine out there. I really do. I really want him to have a good career. But the reality is we've got Leno in goal now, and we have to just accept that he's our number 1. I think he's the better goalkeeper anyway. And we've now brought in Runarsson, who I mentioned last week, came in as well. He was on the bench. So he will clearly be our number 2 goalkeeper, and it'll be interesting to see if he plays against Liverpool on the Thursday. Yeah, but for now, Leno in goal. I'm going to go with a back 3 I'm going to go with David Luiz, Gabriel and Tierney. I'm not sure if this is going to be the team because I don't think we've ever even seen Luiz on the right of a 3 since Arteta has come in. But Gabriel and obviously Tierney are both left-footed. So it'll be interesting to see whether he gets moved to the right, Gabriel in the centre and Tierney on the left. Now, obviously, we know Tierney had a knock last week, didn't play against West Ham. He wasn't in the squad against Leicester, but they were saying they were hopeful it wasn't a bad injury. So, in fact, he was named in the starting lineup against West Ham, wasn't he? But didn't make the starting 11 by the time I think he pulled up in training just before the game. So, yeah, I'm hoping he comes back in. I think we need to have him back in for this game. I think it's quite vital that we do. We looked a bit lacklustre with Kolasinac on the left side of the back 3. And David Luiz came back in against Leicester, looked very good in midweek at the King Power Stadium. So I expect him to come in as well. Listen, if Tierney doesn't start, I think it will probably be Gabriel moving to the left and then Holden will come in on the right at the back 3. But I'm going to go with David Luiz on the right, Gabriel in the middle, and Tierney on the left, and just see how that works. So listen, the way Arsenal play with the back 3, when we're attacking, it's not a back 3. It moves a lot, especially when you got Saka and Ainsley Maitland-Niles moving a lot more further up the field. So you may see, you know, going forward that we kind of go forward as a back four. Tierney goes into left back, Gabriel Luiz in the centre, and you know whoever's in the wing back pushes forward a bit. So we'll see how that goes. So I sort of want to go for it, and you know, we'll see how that works for Arsenal. On the right hand side, I'm going to go with Bellerin, the right hand side of the midfield. So 3-4-3 formation. I'm going to go Bellerin on the right, Xhaka, Ceballos, and Saka as a left wing back. Now, I know a lot of people might say Ainsley for this game played very well against City and Chelsea in the final. Saka played left wing back against Liverpool in the home match that we did beat them at the Premier League, and he played very well. Although Ainsley played very well with the Community Shield. So, listen, it'll be either or. Definitely, them two will definitely be fighting out for that place. I feel like Saka may be the more adventurous of the two going forward. Ainsley likes to drop into the middle, which may mean that Ainsley may come in because we will have to be a lot more defensive than attacking. But as I said, I was surprised to see him play Saka against Liverpool in the first game, and I thought he'd done quite well until he got substituted off. So yeah, we'll see what happens in that game. Maybe Saka will have to be a lot more disciplined in this game against Liverpool if he does start. Cedric is still out for Arsenal, so Bellerin will go in at right wing back. He done well in the 5-minute cameo against Leicester off the bench. Bellerin set up a goal for Eddie Nketiah. Looked very sharp coming on, so I think he'll go straight into the side. Ceballos had a little cameo himself coming off the bench for Arsenal against Leicester, so he will come in to the side. I think in place in the middle with Xhaka, who didn't play at all, completely rested. So I think again, them two look set to come in the middle of the park. Listen, I know Arsenal still in talks to sign Partey, still in talks to sign Aouar. I still believe we need them both. I think Partey gives us another little level of defensive solidity that maybe we lack a bit. I know Xhaka is a good ball playing midfielder, but you know, when it comes to the nitty gritty in the games like this, we've got Liverpool, we probably need someone in a defensive minded position just to break things down a bit. And Houssem Aouar is a brilliant kind of a box-to-box, more of a creator, someone who will be able to provide us with goals from the middle of the park. Maybe not necessarily for himself, maybe him creating for other people, making space for people like Willian and Aubameyang and Pepe. So I still would like to see them come in. Now we've got a week left of the transfer window. I'm not quite sure we'll get both. The talks at the moment are heading towards Aouar instead of Partey. I've always said Partey should be the number one, but it looks like Arsenal don't want to pay the £60 million release clause. So it's about £50 million, £55 million for Partey, and they're looking to maybe the cheaper option of Aouar. Obviously we still got some goings out. Maybe Torreira leaves as well from Arsenal. So we'll see what happens there. But you know, whilst people ain't really talking about Guendouzi and Ozil, they're still in our squad. I don't see them playing a part, and I think we'll definitely be looking to get them moved on, especially Guendouzi, because we can probably get some money back from him. But yeah, into the front three, I'm going to go with Willian, Aubameyang and Lacazette, or Willian on the right, Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette up top. Again, form, you got to go on form, and them three have been played very well together as a three the past couple of games. Obviously against Fulham they were brilliant. Against West Ham, obviously Lacazette and Aubameyang combined for that goal. Willian didn't have the greatest of games against West Ham, but you know, still settling in and still looking good on the ball, as we know we can do. Pepe got 90 minutes against Leicester, which was good for him. He looked decent, especially in the second half. He got more on the ball. But I think something Arteta mentioned in the press conference during the week as well was that he will get better. He will perform better for Arsenal in the coming years to come. And he will be more consistent. And I think that's the key word, consistency. He looks good in certain games. Certain games you think, rah, he's good, he should be starting every week. And then the other games he just kind of just loses it, goes out the game a bit, doesn't really know what to do against his fullback. So I feel like he needs that level of performance against good opposition to build up his confidence and to be consistent in the Arsenal side. And I think he will probably get his place back by the end of the season. Injuries permitting, there'll be people who won't be fit enough. There'll be rotation going on, especially with the Europa League coming up. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But for now, I'm going to go with Willian, Aubameyang and Pepe up. Willian, Aubameyang and Lacazette up top for Arsenal. So, obviously, as I said, they're playing Liverpool. They've got some injuries coming into this game as well. They've got possible doubts of Thiago and Alisson. Henderson's out as well. Gomez is a doubt. He's just missed the last game as well. So, they've got some injuries coming into this game. But they've also got the form like we do. Obviously, they beat Leeds convincingly in the end. I mean, they got the win in the end, but it was they played. I think they played good against Leeds, and they're obviously going forward. They were brilliant. At the back, they weren't as great, and then against Chelsea, it was a bit more like what we've seen from them, just controlling the midfield, controlling the game. You know, Mane was the one in this game. Salah was the one in the last game. Salah tends to be better at home, and Mane better away from home. So we may see that this week. You know, we're playing at Anfield this week. They're going to be hungry and want to win, even if they have no Thiago, they have no Henderson. Listen, they didn't have Alisson last time we played them. You know, he got injured just before the game. And he got injured first game of the season last year against Norwich. So, you know, and Adrian played him. We didn't really trouble him, you know, to the last sort of 10 minutes. So, even if he doesn't play, we still need to be able to play and get to that box and score the goals. So that will be our trickiest part of the game, really, just trying to find a way to break Liverpool down and get goals. But as we've seen at home, they do like to play a high line, and we got through them in the Community Shield with Aubameyang's goal. Will we do it against Liverpool at Anfield? I don't know. Guess this is the part where I go into Ramsey versus Arsenal. So far, so good. 2 wins each. 2 wins for me, 2 wins for Arsenal. If you don't know, I'm predicting Arsenal's games every Premier League game this season, and we'll be comparing my results to them. And I'm going to go this week for a Liverpool win, unfortunately. I've got to be realistic with my predictions. I'd love to see Arsenal win every game, but that won't be realistic in terms of where I think we'll finish in the league table. So I'm going to be realistic. At Anfield, it's going to be so tough. I'd bite your hand off for a point. If you give me a point right now, I'll take it. No, yeah, and a win is just like, that's the dream. That's the dream. Get the win at Anfield. That's the dream. But I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool. I know they've got some problems in their squad, injury-wise as well. I just don't think we'll have enough in our calibre to trouble them. And maybe that may push us in the transfer market to go and get a deal done before the window closes. In a week and a half time now. So, yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool to win 2-0. Obviously, I don't want that. Obviously, I want Liverpool to win. I want Arsenal to win. And I want us to get the 3 points. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Guys, thanks for watching the vid. And I'll see you soon after the game. Hopefully, we get the win. Cheers, guys. See you soon.